Hi folks, so in our previous video we had it so we could get our player character to walk on top of our lovely armor set and it would then appear. But in today's video we're going to go slightly more advanced with it, and we're actually going to make some changes onto our player character so our armor will always appear depending on what's actually happening and what they've walked over the top of, and then it will give you some expansion so you can build multiple sets of armor and add them onto your character later on. So the first thing I'm going to do is, under where my character content is just here, we're going to first of all create a structure class. So we go to blueprints, then structures, and we're going to call this outfit for player like so. Ooh, for player like so. There you go. And we're just going to add some data for this one. So the first thing we're going to do is set the outfit name, and that's going to be a string, and we're going to make that an array because we're going to have multiple elements within it. And now what we're going to do is create this for all of our characters. So what we're going to call this is outfits walk, then down to start off with, and this is actually going to be setting all the flip books that we're going to use. So we'll then go to object type and flipbook reference. Now what we're going to have to do, of course, is copy and paste this multiple times, so we do it for all directions. So what we're going to have is up of course should happen before down, so we'll just flip those two, then right, then add a new variable, exactly the same flipbook, and left. Now we're going to do all the idle animations as well. Of course, if you then add further animations in for your game, such as attack animations, jump animations, you're going to have to do exactly this to create some sort of directory to actually look into. So we'll set that to down, and we'll just add two more at the end, one for right, and then one for left, just like so. And there we go. So first one, we're going to just add a bunch of array elements to this, because this is only going to be our practice test at the moment. We can add more in later, and we're just going to call this null. So the first element within this outfit set is always going to be empty, and that's going to be for our default character, who will have absolutely no armor set on at this moment in time. So in the event of our array being brought back to 0, it will bring out the actual null animation, which of course will have no extra armor. Now we're going to do the laborious task of setting this up with the correct outfits. So the first one's going to be walking, so tunic walking up. Then next one, remember we're putting this in element number 1, not element number 0. So tunic walking down, there you go. Oh, that's the idle one. We'll change that to start off with. There you go. Then walking right and walking left. They're both right, so we'll turn that to the right one. Then we're going to do all the idle animations. So of course this is tunic, idle up, tunic idle down, there you go, tunic idle right, then tunic, oh, second element, remember, tunic idle left, just like so. Fantastic. So now we have all the outfits. We'll play around with this later on and set and change it. Now what we could do is simply put them in here into our lovely flipbook, which is coming from our outfits tab. In this case what we have, remember, is you have your player flipbook, your paper flipbook, which will be your character, and then you'll have your outfit flipbook over the top of it, so it will then draw the outfit over the top of the player character. Now I could set this data in here, but that's not how I'm going to draw it. What I'm going to do is create a couple of variables to start off with, and the first one is going to be outfit type, or outfit type data. There you go, and this is going to actually get the outfit for the player. There you go. So that's the variable I'm going to bring from this. I'm going to then drag it over get it, then break it, and then what you'll notice is we have all the lovely data for this. Now if I drag out of here and type get, it will get a reference to 0, and if I just connect that to up, that'll mean the reference from 0 will now be set to up, which will actually output for the walking this one here. So of course what we want to do is set it to the correct number. So if I just set it to 1 for this one and just test it, if I walk upwards, there you go, my outfit's appearing, and then it disappears when I go off of that. Fantastic. So what we're then going to do is just do this, get this one, and just copy this for each of the array elements that we need. And in fact, what we're going to do is call this to its own variable. This variable is going to be just an integer, and we're going to call it outfit number. Just like so. Set this to an integer, get this one, and then drag it into here. So folks, what will happen is it will default to 0 because that's what it's set on. So whenever I'm walking around, currently absolutely no outfit, which is fantastic. And what I'm then going to do is find this lovely tunic that I have that I'm picking up. I'm just clicking the edit button here to bring up this detail, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set the outfit number on this character here. So set outfit number like so. Now if I set this to 1, what should automatically happen is as soon as I now walk on this, my character's outfit has changed and he's now wearing the tunic. Of course, if I go to idle, the tunic isn't actually appearing the way I want it to be, because we haven't actually, if we go to the player, set the flipbook for the idle for the actual outfit. So to do that, we're going to drag outfits in like this, and then set flipbook, press OK to that, drag this, attach this to here. Now you already have the data array for the idle animation from the outfit data type, so we can just drag this and just get 4 of these, remember, in total, connect them to the correct elements. Now we want the correct index number as well, and we're going to do that by get the outfit number, get this here, and just set this to these ones. And now at this moment in time we only have one flipbook to set, so we then have to do a selector. The selector is based on the actual index or the wildcard. In this case, that's actually the player direction. So what I can do is drag this player direction, set that to the index. There you go. Now I've got all my array elements that I can use. I can then set these in just like so. Press OK, compile, and now if I'm walking around, yep, and I stop, excellent, and if I grab the armor set, it will then appear on the character. And that, folks, is how you build quite an advanced looking armor set which appears on your character. Now the only issue I've foreseen with this that you might have at this moment in time is it not appearing directly on top of the actual player character. So what might have actually happened is, for some reason, your player character, if we go to a front viewport, the outfit might not be appearing right on top of the actual flipbook of your player character. If you're having issues with that, or alignment issues, what you may have to do is go to your character, then your character sprite, and actually delete all this section here, because what's happened is when you right clicked and you created this sprite to extract it, you may have done the automatic mode, which we suggested earlier in the previous video. Now what's happened is it actually de-aligns within these sections. So what you might want to then do is change it back to a grid-based mode and change that to 32 by 32, which will then perfectly align it when you then come to using this outfit on top of here. And that, folks, is how we create a extra outfit to appear on top of our character in our 2D Unreal game.